Tower Defense X just dropped its quote-unquote biggest update since release, which introduced Endless Mode, along with 4 new bosses, 1 new tower, a bunch of new enemies, quality of life changes, power-ups, and golden towers. At the edge of a Now, while a bunch of these changes are great, this video is just going to be answering one big question. How worth it are these golden towers? And before the video starts, I'm just going to remind you quickly to just, if you do enjoy it, just make sure to subscribe and like the video. And yeah, let's get to it. Let's start with Golden Ranger. Golden Ranger is the first Golden Towers out of the 2 that are in the game currently, and comparing Golden Ranger to normal Ranger, Golden Ranger is a huge improvement in everything Ranger once had. To start with, you can get this guy down on the start of the game in Expert and Easy mode, but the more important one is Expert for obvious reasons. To get both of his paths to level 2, it's going to cost you about $2,900, but will give you stealth detection, 42 damage per burst of 4, along with a range of 19, which compared to normal Ranger is already a huge buff. Now, while I won't talk about his path's specific upgrades in depth, I will tell you about the general use for either path, because I feel that's just more important than listing each upgrade. Top path Golden Ranger leans more into the DPS side of the tower, a lot like normal Ranger, except the DPS is even better, being able to produce 395 DPS and allowing you to bypass laser immunity, which is also new in this update. Now, bottom path Golden Ranger follows roughly the same concept as normal Ranger's bottom path, being a more support tower, except as you expected, it just does a lot better than normal Ranger. Golden Ranger is just that guy, he's him. Now, you might be curious just how good Golden Ranger may or may not be for his bottom path, and while he does 260 DPS for $52,000, his grenade is what makes him incredibly practical for any situation. His grenade has a cooldown of 7 seconds and does 750 damage, stuns any enemy for 1 second, which includes bosses, has a burn DPS of 50 for 4 seconds, and has a splash radius of 4. This is further proof that Golden Ranger is in fact him. Now, do I personally feel like he would need some buffs or nerfs? Yes, well, I do. I do think a couple of things that could be changed about Golden Ranger is, first of all, his top path health could be a bit better at max, and possibly top path's DPS could be a bit better at max as well. I'm no balancer, but personally, I feel like that would just be better for Golden Ranger. Other than that, he's a great tower, and I heavily recommend getting him before Golden Juggernaut, as his compatibility is crazy, along with that fucking grenade ability. Now for Golden Juggernaut, and I don't really have exactly much to say about him because, in summary, if you pay the 85,000 gold for him, you basically win the game. How do you win the game, you may ask? Stun immunity for level 1 top path upgrade, 1500 DPS for bottom path, also has an ability that can remove any stun debuffs while giving it a 20% damage buff for 7 seconds, also becomes relatively unkillable in any mode other than endless. So, in conclusion, if you're deciding what to grind for first, I'd suggest Golden Ranger, just for how much practicality he has in every mode, and then go for Golden Juggernaut. Or do what you want, I can't really control you, so that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed, hope this possibly helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.